We're gonna get this mix right. Do do dee ba da 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 do be a ba 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 da dee a. Hey. Mark, I know it's you. You're the only one that writes with all caps. I gotta get some reverb off this guitar. One sec. Why is it so verby? I just started playing today. I haven't played any guitar earlier, and it's been tough. I've been doing real life stuff like recording the Marbin podcast. And we did a master class over Zoom. First time I've ever done that for a university in Nashville. Jesus Christ, man. Let me tell you, we talked about it in the podcast too, but some people are paying for an education on Zoom right now. It's insane. It's insane. People are just like going to get a drink, smoking a vape, like, noodling on guitar while they're muted on their Zoom. It's insanity. There's no learning is possible this way. No learning is possible. Onen evon, manishma. So it's such a mind fuck to see that, like, that mode of learning stuff is being offered right now, and everybody's just acting like it's okay. Hey CC, what's up? All right, how about some standardy standards? I'll play some Stella by Starlight. Stella. And I tried to play with this pick, but I'm not into it. Let's see. Cool. Do I do Twitch? It's on Twitch right now. It's streaming to Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. YouTube's the best place though. YouTube.com/Marbin Music. Subscribe. Smash that bell button. But yeah, Marbin Music I think is our account there, or Marbin. I think it's Marbin Music, but it's streaming to Twitch as well. What do you think about the Ibanez Les Pauls from the 70s and 80s? I honestly have never played one, so I don't know. How do full-time musicians plan financially for something like this, the pandemic? I guess you can't, but how do they survive? That's a good question. I've been teaching a lot. I make a decent living doing that, but definitely teaching more than I ever have. And we sell our music on Bandcamp, and our fans are awesome, so they do buy it. So we put out 3 albums this far during COVID, meaning 10 Years in the Sun, my solo guitar album, Russian Dolls with Antonio Sanchez from the Pat Metheny group, which is kind of Dani's solo guitar album. Then we made like a double CD and sold that physically on top of the digital sales. And we just released Shreddin' It Sweetwater, and that sold pretty good. So, we've been... But it's certainly, we took a huge hit. But we're about to start touring again. In late April, we have 4 Marbin shows. Columbus, Ohio, Cincinnati, a festival in Pennsylvania, and Fort Wayne, Indiana. And then we're already booked like a Chicago show in the summer. Let's see. Why don't you make a band with Antonio Sanchez? I don't think he wants to be in our band. Also, being in like it's you don't want to you want to be in a band with people who are your friends. You want it to be an awesome time. I'm very happy in my band. Very happy with my drummer. You don't want to start fucking with famous people. Did you say you are on Twitch? What's your handle? It should be streaming under Marbin Music right now. Marbin Music. But we have like 0 followers there. It always gets to like 1 person who follows us on Twitch. I think maybe I'm doing something wrong there, but it should be streaming there right now. Can you come to Florida? We will, but this tour we're going to go, the Backyard tour coming, we're going to go to Texas. Just discovered what is called a true temperate fretting system on guitar, electric or classical. Oh, true temperament. Yeah. I, for one, am very interested in this technology. Seems to eliminate intonation bugs anywhere on the fretboard. Just heard the Bach Prelude on a Kenny Hill classical, and it was well exquisite. Any knowledge of this new system? No, but honestly, I don't care very much. It's for me. I'm okay with things being a little out of tune. You're about to have one more. Fuck yeah. Funky Biscuit and Crazy Uncle Mike is open for Marbin. We want to come, but to make a tour that long makes sense, we have to have shows in all the states that are closed on the way for the whole band. We're doing a duo gypsy tour where me and Dani just go to people's backyards and play standards and gypsy jazz stuff. And in Dallas, we already booked Fort Worth and Austin. And I think we have 1 date open in that between Shreveport, so we can do like Dallas or something like that. But it's really for fans. We just go there and a bunch of fans get together, pool the money, pay us, and we just show up in their backyards. We bring our own amplification and just party. Really, it's been awesome. It's been like much a whole other experience than the Marbin thing, because we're busy. We're taking care of the whole band. There's the venue. This is just like straight up. Some drinking is involved, some weed, usually great food, a night of music. It's fucking awesome. April's Fools, that's right. Florida is safe. Yeah, I know it's safe. I love your first album. Just checked it. Dude, nobody loves our first album. Now going through the Marbin discography, the first album has much different sound. Yeah, we didn't know what we were doing. We just entered the studio and did our best with like 2 instruments. There's no textures on that album except for a vocal on May that aren't either guitar or saxophone. So I was just mashing gears trying to get home. Nice. Uh, Craig, you're welcome. When you come into Oregon or Washington, I don't know. Is it safe over there? I hear it's. No, we'll come. We'll make it. We'll make it there. Washington State. Would you do a backyard tour for like $100? No, we would not. No. We are much more expensive than that. But we're not we're not unreasonable. But I don't talk money publicly. So write us if you want to get some pricing. Which is better, single coil or humbucker pickups? Well, this has a I like humbuckers for arch tops. Single coils for lead playing if you want to get gainy. Yeah. Well, I'm vaccinated. I don't care about distance, Mark. Whatever works for me. Ever considered streaming concerts? Yeah, we did some of that. I hate that shit. That's no. First album is great. I'm glad you like it. Post those dates. If you go to marbinmusic.com, all the dates are posted for the full band. So that's Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, Cincinnati, Festival in Pennsylvania, Fort Wayne, and I think Reggie's, and we have a few other shows, Iowa. But yeah, not $100. Certainly not. The washed out drum sounds on the first record are awesome. Those melodies are really beautiful. Yeah, that's just like a pick here and a match right here with an octafuzz on it. I don't have a match, but if you put a match in between your top string, that's how I got those sounds. So it's an octafuzz with those kind of textures. Yeah, somebody did mention $100. I thought too it was unreasonable. But it's all good. That's why we negotiate. Hey Dani, first time here. Welcome, subscribe, and hit the bell button. Love your music. I've been taking guitar lessons since December and really see how much time and practice is needed to be great. You're an inspiration. Thanks so much, dude. Yeah, it's not easy. This is an all-consuming endeavor. Yeah, for sure. I can't go about 50. Take it or leave it. Love it. I'm gonna leave it. But I love that we're haggling over here. This is really what this business is all about. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna find a nice track, play some music. How about some On the Sunny Side of the Street? I haven't played that one forever. Gotta get it a little louder. Coda. Gotta warn us. How about Tree Fitty? I don't know what Tree Fitty is. Yeah, if you guys want to talk about something or have any questions about what to practice, how to think, I shall help you. If not, we're just going to keep chilling like this. I'm glad you like that run. You know what they say about me. I got the runs. Where should I start with arpeggios? With arpeggios. Where should you start with arpeggios? I don't know. I don't know where you should start with arpeggios, but let's think about it. I guess the logical thing to do is to start in the bottom, right? So let's take before we talk about all arpeggios, let's try to learn one arpeggio. So the first thing to do is map out the 4 kinds of triads that there are, right? Triads are 3-note arpeggios. Everything in harmony is built on that. So if you don't know that, you don't have solid ground to stand on. So the 4 kinds of arpeggios that exist are 1-3-5, 1 flat 3-5, 1 flat 3 flat 5, and 1 3 sharp 5. That's major, minor, diminished, and augmented. All kinds of chords are basically those triads with something else. 6 chords are a major chord with a 6. Major 7 is a major triad with a 7. Minor major 7 is a minor triad with a major 7. So any sort of construction past that is built on triads. So start with triads if you don't know them well. Pick a key. There are 12 possible keys. Let's just take F, because it's kind of like the lowest fretted note, right? Now map out the root, the 3rd, and the 5th on one string. So root, 3, and then the 5th would be C, right? So 1 3 5. Minor would be 1 flat 3 5. Diminished would be 1 flat 3 flat 5, and augmented would be 1 3 sharp 5. Now, one thing to do is just practice that. Get that together. Maybe do that on multiple strings to where you could really see that. Right? This is F. F, more F. Right? Now, it's good to do it on the low E string because that's really your modal, or not your positions. That's if you just kind of mark it with your index finger, every starting point, it kind of gives you a framework to practice inside, no matter what fingering you use. There's a few ways to get from point A to point B across, but it's really built on being able to locate those notes. Major, right? And there's many ways to do this. But that's a good framework for it. Then minor. Right? Etc., etc. Diminished, augmented. That's a good way to start. Then adding a note. Let's say you want to make that minor a minor 6. You got to find those 6s, right? In the shape. I don't know. Something like that would be good. I missed some questions. Do you use Phrygian mode in that style? Yeah, that's what you play on 3 minor chords all the time. Like in All the Things You Are, when you get to the chord everybody eats shit on, the C minor and All the Things You Are, right? It goes like here. That C minor is a C minor Phrygian. But it's in context of major key harmony, so you gotta learn how to navigate that and not hit like the flat 6 or the flat 2 very like on the nose when you like moving from a D minor sound maybe, like a 4 minor to a 3 minor, right? Going going from this sound to this sound. It's not an easy sound to get from because there's a big margin of error. You can land on a lot of notes that are totally in Phrygian that just sound like shit. Right? That harmony of going four. A good thing in any key to practice is like one chord, like A flat, 4 major, 4 minor, 3 minor. That kind of progression. And just playing inside there on 4 major, 4 minor, and then. I have no idea where to start with modes and scales. All I've learned to this point is chords, the basic caged. Well, caged is fun. I mean, it's a nice way to map out. All you're really doing with caged is you're mapping out major triads on the guitar, which is a good thing to do. Modes, the problem with caged is that it doesn't tell you anything about what mode you're playing on the chords in the caged system. Does Dani ever play tenor? Yeah, he does. He plays tenor live. And on albums, he plays a lot of tenor. He doesn't play alto at all. So when it comes to modes, my friend was taught at Berkeley by Tomo Fujita. He said he learned a lot at Berkeley. Well, some people do like the experience. So when you are, let's say I'm working on caged, right? So here's my C stuff. This is the C shape, the A shape for the C, the G shape, the E shape, and the D shape, right? And that's great to know, but that's just chord tones of C. Inside that caged, I want to be able to see C Ionian. Be able to move C Ionian. So that's moving the notes from the key of C, right? But I also want to be able to move other major chords. Like I want to be able to move C Lydian dominant, the notes from the key of G melodic minor. That has a C major triad too. Right? That's all inside cage. See? Or straight up Lydian or Mixolydian, right? Lydian would be moving the notes from the key of G inside that C cage. Right? Still caged. The E shape. Here's just straight up. You can do whatever you want. Like in the key of C, if I move the notes from E harmonic minor, I get caged with a Lydian sharp 9 sound, right? Lydian sharp 9. That's the 6th mode of harmonic minor. So that's E harmonic minor, right? Yeah. Right here. So, Is there a particular song you think teaches gypsy jazz well while still being simple enough for a newbie to the style to pick up on? Here's a hard truth. Ready? It's not about your playing. It's about the songs. You need to learn. You need to want to learn the songs. You need to want to learn to play the songs well. You don't need to want to learn the songs to play well. That is the carriage and the horse. If you don't fall in love with the music, with the way people play the music, with the way people have played the music, then you are constantly in a place of missing the point. You see what I'm saying? The songs aren't exercises. They're serious things. They're like rituals. They're chants. You need to participate in the traditional chanting of these things, and you'll find a lot of things if you keep your intentions sort of pure with that. Not to get like weird or mystical. Nothing will happen. It's not like a blood orgy, but you need to want to learn to play the songs, and the goal is to play them well, not to learn more about harmony, right? You will learn about harmony if you can play them well. So if you're, it's not like you learn a tune to find some Dorian things. You learn some Dorian things to survive the tune. So if you're not constantly wanting to play over changes and wanting to play this music, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? It's like there is no such thing as you're playing outside of the music. You got to learn the music, and you got to contend with it. You should play well if you don't understand. Again, some people, George Benson famously can't explain a lot of what he's doing. That doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's doing. If he didn't know how to do what he's doing, he wouldn't be able to sound good. So, you certainly can play things that you can articulate to other people if you're making the changes and sound good. Really know and love Django. Great, learn some Django tunes. That's enough. You don't need other people. Django's enough. Just listen to Django. It'll be great. Figure out some of what he's doing on those songs. Then start going after trying to play similar ideas. If what you're doing doesn't fit the chords, ask yourself, well, what are you doing? You can always freeze frame a moment and be like, what am I thinking here? Am I trying to play a triad? Am I trying to play a pentatonic scale? What's he playing? What mode fits this chord? I learned Dorian existed from Satriani. Yeah, he certainly is aware of it. Songs help with the passion to practice, I guess. Songs are the point. Playing songs is the point. That's what jazz is. Right? Jazz is playing songs. It's the art of decorating these pre-made spaces, right? These are the rooms and the buildings that we enter, and we're interior designers that just walk there for a chorus and rearrange the couches and then do it again, right? right. Any regrets? Somebody's asking me about regrets. Any regrets you've had over your music career? Honestly, Lucas, no. I played it all right. No, I mean, I'm not a regretful kind of guy. I don't think of time that way. It's it sort of happens the way it happens. Not to say that that's a great thing. You said you are teaching more now. Do you have online sessions? You are booked? Yes, I teach a lot on Skype and Zoom. Um, yeah, of course, Marshall. You can reach me at marbinmusic@gmail.com and I can give you pricing and stuff like that if you're interested. Do you know if anyone is investigating just using two fingers like Django? It's actually not that hard to do. Um, like, I mean, I'm not great at it. Some people really make themselves practice that way, but it makes a lot of the choices much more intuitive to put you into style. Hey Taylor, I've been well. Can you give us more substitution examples, like the other day with the 4 minor over the 5 chord? Yes, I can. We'll do that in a second. But yeah, I mean, if you play a song like that, and you just limit yourself here, it also puts your hand in kind of a pretty particular angle. But the right hand is the impressive thing about Django, not the left one, right? Yeah. So I'm not great at it as some guys, but it's like I never practice, zero time practicing that. So I'm saying that those two do most of the playing anyway. Favorite Miles Davis album? First of all, not a Miles Davis fan. Second, Kind of Blue is a great album. I don't know. It's kind of a cliche thing to say. You know what I mean? It's like Sergeant Pepper. But yeah, but it is the best. It's one of the best jazz albums ever. Coltrane, Cannonball plays great. Everybody plays great. Unbelievable. Any chance on hearing Famous Blue Raincoat? Sure. I'll play Famous Blue Raincoat in a minute, though. You're welcome, dude. Do you know? Oh, yeah. But that's a bad goal. Learn, like, you don't need handicaps. You need to learn fucking scales. Come on. We know what you need, right? You need better time, better sound, and use all your fingers. Don't be a fool. Imagine partying with him and playing jazz. He does seem like he was a lot of fun. Not a lot of musicians seem that way to me. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the rock guys seem like they got too tore up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he drank and smoked a lot, but like, it's like, oh, heroin and quaaludes. Like that's like not, where like the hang turns to a trap house. That's not the idea. He seemed like he had it down. Anyways, there was another question here. What was it? Oh, example of substitutions. Yeah. The Wes thing, the four major chord of the key over twos and fives, that's a big one. That's a really, really, really big one. Like if you're playing, let's say it's just a vamp over a D7 chord, or you're playing a blues, right? Let's say it's a blues in C. That kind of thing. Over that C7, going a step down and playing a major 7 chord, playing a B flat, it gives you a sus sound. Like a B flat triad with C in the bass. But in a blues context, right, most people play like either like major pentatonic stuff, minor pentatonic stuff, or Mixolydian. But the West thing is to take this chord and go. Right? Over that. Imagine you just have a C7 moving to an F7. So B flat over that C, then F, E flat. Right? And he does it all the time on 2/5s, like in right? So that kind of sound. So that's just, if you have a 2/5, it's playing on the 4 chord of the key that 2/5 belongs to. So if I'm playing in the key of C and I have D minor to G7, that means playing an F major 7 arpeggio on both. If I'm in the key of G, A minor D7, it's a C major 7. So, yeah. I think hanging out with Wes would have been cool. He seems like a shy guy, like a family kind of guy, but he seemed like a good person, you know. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I guess I need to play. I'm gonna play Famous Blue Raincoat now, so a lot of you guys are gonna find that not so interesting, but. And also, it's going to create a situation where they pull my video down for copyright infringement, but fuck it. It's 4 in the morning, the end of December. I'm writing you just to see if you're better. New York is cold, but I like where I'm living. There's music on Clinton Street all through the evening. I hear that you're building your little house deep in the desert. You're living for nothing now. Hope you're keeping some kind of record. Yes, and Jane came by with a lock of your hair. She said that you gave it to her on the night that you planned to go clear. Did you ever go clear? so much older. Your famous blue raincoat was torn at the shoulder. You've been to the station to meet every train, and then you came back without Lily Marlene, and you treated my woman to a flake of your life. And when she came back, she was nobody's wife. Well, I see you there with a rose in your teeth. One more thin gypsy thief. Now I hear Jane's awake. She sends her regards. And what can I tell you, my brother, my killer? What can I possibly say? I guess that I miss you. I guess I forgive you. I'm glad that you stood in my way. If you ever come by here for Jane or for me, your enemy's sleeping now, and his woman is free. And thanks for the trouble you took from her eyes. I thought it would stay there for good, so I never tried. And Jane came by with a lock of your hair. She said that you gave it to her on the night that you planned to go clear. Did you ever go clear? All right. Cohen rules. That's true. Who needs other things? I think I missed something. Wes Montgomery, thank you again. You're welcome. Like any heavy music. Yeah, dude, I grew up on a lot of Pantera and Metallica and Megadeth, and it still has a soft spot in my heart. Who needs other things? Nobody. Search Y2 for Django guitar. You'll find some. YT, Y2. YouTube. Yeah. Is this song about time? Sia. guess every song, in a way, it is about time. I did play Extreme once. I still remember Human Woman Hater. Tough thing to do in these kind of arch toppies, though. That song was about some sort of love triangle. Music theory questions or anything of the sort? All right. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to teach a lesson today, but right now, but I think, let me just check something, guys. Sorry. Where's my Skype? It's very possible that I'm like a few minutes late for a lesson. Oh no, sorry, it's in an hour. I'm all good. Do you prefer floating pickups? I don't even know what floating pickups are. Work? Dude, Marsha, don't go to work. That sucks. What are floating pickups? I mean, I understand there are pickups that float, but... Do 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 do. All right. What you need to do with the altered scale, first of all, a great first step is to learn how to take something you know, like a Hendrix chord, and play it out of that. So, like, that's something you can probably do without thinking. Grab that sharp 9. And locate the notes of F melodic minor inside that E7 sharp 9. P90s are always too noisy for me. In your opinion, what's the top things to learn in music theory? How to answer that? Well, scientific theory and music theory are very different than each other. Scientific theory deals with things that are falsifiable and unfalsifiable. An example my good friend Dani always gives is that if I say people are not over 10 feet tall, there are no people over 10 feet tall, you just go and observe, and if you find one, that theory is not correct. Music theory doesn't work like that. You can't prove or disprove it. Like a rule in music theory is that you don't play flat 9s on major 7 chords, but you can just go to a piano and be like, boom. Now, does that make that untrue? No. It's guidelines, it's a language, it's an aesthetic language. So you can do whatever you want with sound. Nobody cares. But the question is, what set of rules is helpful? In language, we have tools. We don't have rules. And how do you create a set of tools that's useful for you to navigate the task at hand? So if you're playing Giant Steps or Megadeth, you need two very different sorts of sets of tools. You just don't, there's no one unifying way of studying. Imagine you have a library with millions of books and you're a librarian and you need to come up with a system to organize the books. So there could be a multitude, there's infinite ways, criterias you could sort things out by. You could do it with books by height, width, weight, date of publication, name of author, first name, whatever, right? Now, what's a task at hand? A task at hand is somebody comes to the library and be like, hey man, can I have all the books written between, I don't know, 1810 and 1830 by French people, and you just spent 20 years organizing your library by width. You're fucked. Your system is not good for the task at hand. That's a lot like what a blues guy that's been practicing blues for 20 years and practicing the feeling and the nuance and the touch feels like when he needs to get up there and play All of Me. Because his way of organizing everything has nothing to do with the task at hand. So the question you need to ask yourself is what kind of music you want to play and what kind of tools, what ways of thinking do the players who are the best at it have? And work from there. So there are advantages and disadvantages to every system. If you just do what the gypsies do, right? Sit around the campfire, learn the licks verbatim, one from the other, passed from father to son, practice them all day, and then just being able eventually to execute it. It's great. You're probably going to be very specialized, but you can't translate it to other styles of music and to other types of chord changes, right? You hear it creates like triggered reactions. So these players become very one-dimensional. People like me that do the modal thing and have kind of an overarching thing, we really have an easy time switching from style to style, but we never get too deep. It's like the people that, Marbin is a unique thing, and that's really what I care about. But, there are people who sound much more like Wes Montgomery or like Charlie Parker or like whoever. If you go kind of narrow into one player's language, you get deeper there. But the modal approach is the most zoomed out resolution that covers everything. So the problem with the zoomed out, and think about it like this. A mode is like you're a painter and you have a palette of color and you're standing in front of a canvas. And the palette of color has a few basic colors and you can mix and match them to make new colors on the palette and you can create the shapes you want. What most students these days are doing are taking the palette of color, flipping it around, smearing it on the canvas, and then go to their teachers and say, it sounds like I'm playing scales. It's like, no shit, Sherlock, you got to do something with this shit. You got to do something, mix it up. Try things, do some rhythmic shit. Come up with phrases. Don't blame the fucking tools. Don't be an idiot, But yeah. But saying don't be an idiot never stopped anybody. And it's a part of learning. This guitar is to play. I've never had a guitar that's like so much tension. Oh, I appreciate you, Deacon. Thanks, Basil. Well, all right. I'm going to take this opportunity that everybody's being positive to do the thing I'm the worst at. Sing some tunes. I got to practice. I'm singing on this backyard tour, and I really have been neglecting it for the sake of making this Gypsy album, which is a shame. I'd have to go. I have to have more crap together so I could even communicate with you for a lesson. Oh, don't worry about it. First of all, you don't have to take lessons. And second, in a lesson, you work from where you are. I mean, most people don't know shit, but act like they know a lot of things. It's actually easier to have somebody who can take an honest look in the mirror. Thanks, Fairuz. I'm confessing that I love you. Tell me, do you love me too? I'm confessing that I need you. Honest, I do. Need you every hour. In your eyes I read such strange things, but your lips deny their truth. Will your answer really change things, making me blue? You see, I'm afraid someday you'll leave me, saying, can't we still be friends? When you go, you know you'll grieve me. Oh, my life on you depends. Am I guessing that you love me? Dreaming dreams of you in vain. I'm confessing that I need you over again. They sound like his brother, Jimmy Sinatra. His out-of-tune stepbrother. Eddie was the coolest. He didn't screw Alan over. He brought him over. Got him his record deal. I'm confessing that I love you. Tell me, do you love me too? I'm confessing that I need you. Honest, I do. Need you every hour. In your eyes I read such strange things, but your lips deny their truth. Will your answers really change things? Making me blue. You see, I'm afraid someday you'll leave me, saying, can't we still be friends? When you go, you know you'll grieve me. Oh, my life on you depends. Am I guessing that you love me? dreaming dreams of you in vain. I'm confessing that I need you over again. I hope you two can get some private. We already booked almost the whole tour. We're playing the 1st, the 2nd in May. The 1st in Cincinnati, the 2nd somewhere in Clarksville, 3rd by Nashville, 4th, I forget, but the 4th and the 5th in Tennessee, Chattanooga too. Then we have the 6th as well booked. We booked the 9th in Shreveport, the 10th in Austin, the 11th in Fort Worth, and the 13th in St. Louis. So we just have the 12th, the 7th, and the 8th open, and that's all the dates we got. So far it's going great. Embrace me, my sweet embraceable you. Embrace me, my irreplaceable you. Just one look at you, my heart grew tipsy in me. It's you and you alone, bring out the gypsy in me. I love all the very charms about you. Above all, I want my arms around you. Don't be a naughty baby, come to Papa, do. My irreplaceable you. Embrace me, my sweet embraceable you. Embrace me, my irreplaceable you. Just one look at you, my heart grew tipsy in me. It's you and you alone, bring out the gypsy in me. I love all the many charms about you. Above all, I want my arms about you. Don't be a naughty baby, come to Papa, do. My sweet embraceable you. is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your tears and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. I'll sing a song for my friend from Israel. Here's a nice one. A country dance was being held in a garden. I felt a bump and heard an "oh, beg your pardon." Suddenly I saw polka dots and moonbeams all around a pug-nosed dream. The music started, and was I the perplexed one? I held my breath and said, may I have the next one? In my frightened arms, polka dots and moonbeams sparkled on a pug-nosed dream. There were questions in the eyes of other dancers as we floated over the floor. There were questions, but my heart knew all the answers, and perhaps a few things more. Now in a cottage filled with lilacs and laughter, I know the meaning of the words ever after, and I'll always see polka dots and moonbeams when I kiss my pug-nosed dream. poetry dance was being held in a garden. I felt a bump and heard an "oh, beg your pardon." Suddenly I saw polka dots and moonbeams all around a pug-nosed stream. The music started, and was I the perplexed one? I held my breath and said, "May I have the next one?" In my frightened arms, polka dots and moonbeams sparkled on a pug-nosed stream. There were questions in the eyes of other dancers as we floated over the floor. There were questions, but my heart knew all the answers, and perhaps a few things more. Now, in a cottage filled with lilacs and laughter, I know the meaning of the words ever after, and I'll always see polka dots and moonbeams when I kiss my pug-nosed dream. I'm a fool to want you. I'm a fool to want you. To want a love that can't be true. A love that's there for others too. I'm a fool to hold you. Such a fool to hold you. To seek a kiss, not mine alone. To share a kiss the devil had known. Time and time again I tried to leave you. Time and time again I went away. But then the time would come when I would need you. And once again these words I'd have to say. Take me back, I love you. Pity me, I need you. I know it's wrong, it must be wrong, but right or wrong, I can't get along without you. Alrighty, guys. Tov, and